All right, so hello everyone. I wanted to have this meeting so we can have a conversation about the new changes to the GI Bill. Some of you may have already heard about it, but the Veterans Affairs is giving veterans who've served before or after 9/11 additional GI Bill benefits. So you may be aware that the GI Bill lasted for up to 36 months, depending on your years of service. But now the VA is saying you may be eligible for an additional 12 months of GI Bill benefits. Now, let's talk a little bit more about that. Let me bring my chair up a little bit. The GI Bill helps you pay for your educational benefits, whether or not you want to obtain a certification or whether or not you're going for a trade or an additional degree. Now, you can see back on my wall here that I have a couple of degrees that me and my husband have obtained. There's some from Liberty University, some from Florida State, Webster University, and Columbia College of Missouri. All of those degrees, I would say out of my nine, seven of those were used with funds from my GI Bill. So I probably paid about $3,000 out of pocket for all of those. And it was once I hit that cap of what the VA was willing to pay for my education. And that is a great advantage of using your GI Bill. The standard cost per year for, like, I would say, an out of state college, a 4-year college is about $40,000 if you're going to a public institution. If you're going to a private college, it's probably, a little bit more than that, depending on where you're going. So using those GI Bill benefits that are available to you are going to be a significant advantage, not only financially, but they're going to help you advance your skills in your education. Now, this new, 12 more months, maybe you didn't finish your degree yet. Maybe you want to get a trade. Maybe you want to get a master's degree. Depending on how many courses you take, what that course load is, you may be able to get a master's degree in 12 months or even a doctorate degree in 12 months. So this new benefit that's being offered is going to be an advantage. It could even help you get a promotion at work. Now, it's not guaranteed, but you are going to be able to advance yourself and your skills with this new offering of the 12 months of benefits that is being offered to you. Now, again, that's going to bring that total for our veterans with multiple periods of service, or just that one period of service, if you re-enlisted. Now, it did say that you had to have re-enlisted, so you can't have been in the military for one period of service and not re-enlisted. You had to have re-enlisted to be eligible for the additional 12 months of education benefits. So you had to have 2 qualifying periods of active duty service. So you could have even gotten out and come back into the military, and you're eligible for that expanded benefits. This also includes individuals who served in the National Guard and Reserve. So yes, you are eligible for this benefit too. Now, I would say this, sometimes it may not cover what you need for your education to get your degree or that certification. So you can offset what your employer is offering. So with my employer, we provide a benefit. Many employers provide benefits for their employees to receive education. But if you are eligible for another benefit, they may offset that. So yes, you can get the GI Bill benefit, but they're saying, okay, we'll top up that. So anything else that you may have to pay out of pocket is what the employer will cover. So then again, you're getting your education for free. There may be something you got to pay, but this is a huge benefit and an exciting offering that's available. Now, how do you apply for this? Now, you don't have to apply. If you are eligible, the VA will reach out to you to let you know whether or not you have access to this new expanded offering. So you can also go to the VA's website to find out more about this, and I'll leave the link in the chat. Maybe I can add it here. You can go there and find it, or you may have received the email. But again, there's nothing that you need to do. You will be notified with specific instructions and eligibility. Now, it is up to 12 months. So if you had a shorter, length of service, you may not get the full 12 months, but there is some benefit that's available for you. Now let's talk a little bit about tuition and fees. So how does the VA pay for that? And I'll just say from my experience, there was one college I went to, I think it was Liberty University, and each course for my master's program was $1,200. But the VA said we'll cover up to $750 of that course. So this is again why I said I paid out of pocket. So my course was $1,200 per semester. For that course, I paid the $500 out of pocket. But because I used my employer's resources, they covered that portion up to me. And that first $5,250 is tax-free according to the IRS, where your employer can reimburse you. It's not going to increase your gross taxable income. So I was able to take advantage of that $5,250 limit and had paid nothing out of pocket. I did pay out of pocket originally, but once I passed the course, then my employer reimbursed me. So I always had that money set aside in my savings account, knowing that I initially had to pay out of pocket and then wait for that reimbursement to occur. And I had to do a little game on how I did that. So I ensured that throughout any calendar year from January to December 31st, that I didn't exceed that $5,250 limit. So I didn't have to get that income added to that reimbursement added to my gross wages. So again, with this, if you are eligible for that 12 years, if you're straddling a year, if you start at the beginning of the year, ensure that you don't max out that reimbursable limit of $5,250. Now, how much is the VA going to pay? Back when I was in school with Liberty, like I said, the max was $750. So what the VA will pay for a private institution is up to $28,937.09 as of today. And like I said, for a private institution, it's about $39,000. So you can get a little bit more than half of your education paid for. But again, that's the full cost. And that if you have used a portion of it, then you won't get all of it paid for. So know that this additional year can continue to cover some costs of obtaining that degree, that trade, whatever it is that you want to get. Now, if you're going to a foreign institution of higher learning, it's the same exact price that the VA is going to reimburse you for, that $28,937.09, because again, it's not public. So when you go to a public institution, it is a little bit cheaper. So I went to Florida State University. I didn't pay anything out of pocket when using my GI Bill and my employer benefits. So keep that in mind, public versus private, for you and for your dependents as well. My daughter, when she started looking for colleges, I encouraged her, stay away from, those private institutions, not faulting them, but that cost is a little bit more. So she was able to obtain a scholarship for one of the private institutions that she applied for. Luckily for me, she didn't end up going to it. She stuck with the public institution, and we still have to pay out of pocket, even though she's receiving scholarships. the disabled veteran 100% CSDDV here in the state of Florida, and disabled veteran scholarships and the Hope Scholarship from the state of Florida. There's still something that has to be paid out of pocket. So just know that when your children or dependents receive these scholarships, there is a chance that you will still have to pay out of pocket. Now, say you get this 12-month extension on your GI Bill benefits. What else can you do? You can also go to flight training. So, flight training, what the VA will pay for is, or the government through your GI Bill, is up to $16,000 for flight school. So, if you ever wanted to start your own business with helicopter shuttles or just get into working for one of the airlines, they'll pay up to $16,500 for you to go get that flight training. It's a non-degree seeking certificate or a rating program. So again, you don't have to go and get an actual degree to take advantage of the additional 12 months of benefits available. You could also go to a correspondence school where they mail you the packet of what you need to complete online. Well, at your own time, VA pays for that. So how the correspondence school works is that they provide you with the coursework by mail, and then you complete it at your own pace, mail it back to the institution. There may be times where you have to have a test proctored, but the VA will also pay for that. Those mandatory fees up to $14,055.13. Now, say you wanted to just get a trade. What if you just wanted to go to HVAC school, or if you wanted to learn how to be a plumber so that you can start your own business eventually, or just be able to do things around your own home where you don't have to pay others who are skilled in those areas? Yes, you can get that done too. So as long as it's a part of a certified program, you will be able to use your GI Bill benefits for that. So again, definitely take advantage of these new offerings. This new expanded GI Bill benefit is a significant step towards supporting our veterans. And, like I said, I will take advantage of it once I get that notice in the mail. It's going to provide you with those educational opportunities and just help you transition successfully into civilian life if you are still in the military. So I want to say this: if you are still in the military, go ahead and get your education now. Don't wait until you get out, because this is what I did. I got my bachelor's degree and my first master's degree while I was in the military. I got that 100% paid for while I was still serving. Then, after I exited the military, I used those 36 months of GI Bill benefits that were available to me. I was able to receive the BAH, which is the basic allowance for housing. I was able to get my books paid for, and a portion of my tuition paid for that didn't exceed that $750 max reimbursable limit. So again, I was able to continue my education and my passion for lifelong learning and reduce the financial burden on me and my family. Now, what that did was it enhanced my earning potential and my value at my organization. So because I was continuing my education, showing my passion for continuous learning, I was able to advance in the organization, and that can help you as well. So I definitely want you to take advantage of those benefits. Don't let them lapse. We'll go now into money for books and supplies. So what does VA pay you for? So you may be eligible for up to $1,000 per academic year for a reimbursement for books and supplies. So you would essentially get that payment and then pay the school for your books, or VA will pay the school directly for your books, depending on how that works in the course. It depends on how many courses you're enrolled in the year and the percentage of benefits that you're eligible for. You get that money at the beginning of each term, or enrollment period. So books are really expensive. There are some that I've had to pay $300 for. And then I went around and I sold those books back because I didn't need them anymore. That course was done. I would sell them on half.com, eBay, something like that to get some of my investment back, $150. Because the limit is $1,000 per year, I saved that $150 after I resold the book so that I can use it to buy future books. Because again, if you're taking 2 or 3 courses, you can exceed that $1,000 limit if those books are new and you aren't able to get them used. So definitely take advantage of those books and supplies. It could be sometimes there's software that you have to purchase for each course. So when I was receiving my bachelor's degree in information systems, I had to get Microsoft Access and Microsoft Excel downloaded on my computer so I could learn how to code the different things in there. And that was something that the school didn't provide. So it came out of my pocket, but I was able to use the GI Bill to act as a stipend for that benefit. If you have test fees and prep courses, the VA will pay for that as well. I was able to obtain my SHRM certification, my PHR a couple of years ago. And once I passed the course, I got reimbursed for it. So if you want that IT certification, that HR certification, that project management certification, take advantage of it. It can be paid for with these new 12 months of benefits that you're eligible for, because maybe you've already gotten your degree and you want to enhance your earning power and your value to your organization by getting that certification. So definitely check out the certifications that you're interested in to see how you can use this new benefit offering to enhance your skill set. Now, that's for the licensing and test prep fees. So again, like I mentioned before, you will be notified once you are determined to be eligible for this new benefit. So again, I definitely say take advantage of it so you can achieve your dreams of education, your professional dreams of getting that degree or getting to that next position that you've been wanting to obtain, but a degree's been required or a certification's been required. Or even if you want to start a trade, a business. Again, you got to be thinking creatively and outside of the box and looking forward to that next step in your progression. So I definitely hope you found this helpful. I hope that you're able to receive that notification from VA that you have 12 more months of benefits available to you so that you can use it to your advantage. You can also check me out on my website. There's additional resources to enhance not only your education, but your dependents' education as well. It's www.harriswealthcoach.com. There's a link down in the chat as well to my website. You can always reach out to me for individualized support and coaching on obtaining your education or advancing your saving for your child's education as well, and even your significant other. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you find that this has been advantageous to you. And until next time, thank you for joining me.